Hello, my predominantly 18 to 34-year-old, mostly males, but still surprisingly a lot of females, who watch my channel, who have given my channel 7.4 million. And not my channel, it's your channel, because it's 7.4 million views on content that I've cared about deeply and have not left the platform yet, but plan to when Spotify comes out. You guys have also stuck around for 420,100 hours. That's a weird number. 420.1K is what they have it. I hope I said that right. Subscribers, 51,000. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys. And that's, I mean, like, people get lost in the weeds, and I objectively look at numbers all day. And when I get to match that with caring about the content I make, it makes it even more beautiful that I get to measure for effectiveness. And for me, you guys have, if you've watched the podcast before this already on the YouTube playlist, which, by the way, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell, which I hate having to say, and that's why I'm going to be leaving for Spotify, because YouTube doesn't notify my entire audience when I post something, and I want you guys who actually care about this stuff to be able to get it when you want it in the best way possible, and I think that's going to be Spotify. So yeah, on my other second monitor over there, no big deal. Always wished I could say that as an adult. I have my my channel, and that's it says your channel has gotten. Your channel has gotten. It should say your content has garnered 7,390,819 views so far. That's pretty dope. So there you go. There you go. I appreciate you guys for being here, and this podcast is going to be, this podcast is going to be different. I got a little bit excited there because I want to read you guys this thing. The title is not clickbait. Here we go. All right. So I'm talking to 18 to 34-year-olds with your, definitely going to have your younger outliers and your older outliers. We don't discriminate here. Come on in. So I wrote down, I will not do a podcast until I clean the house. And then after that, I did not want to clean it all, but I did it. So yeah, I'm walking around the house, and I had no intention of doing anything today. It's a Sunday. We're chilling. Straight chilling, dog. I realize I'm talking to 18 to 34-year-olds. Bruh. You guys forget I'm 26 years old. So, we're talking to my peoples right now. All right, come on in. Grab a seat. If you guys are listening at home right now, this podcast is for you, okay? And if you're not at home right now, I extend this invitation to do whatever you can wherever you're at this moment, okay? So the entire time that you listen to this podcast, my challenge to you, I realize I'm talking to 18 to 34-year-olds. Bruh, we can wear freaking sunglasses with the brain strap on them. If you guys never seen my military playlist, check it out. There you go. So when I go for a run, they stay on my head. People thought I was bullshitting them, that I did this in boot camp. Dog, I straight up did this. And listen, you would think the drill instructors wouldn't let that, and they probably don't now, honestly. But my drill instructors were pretty practical. They were like, bro, if it keeps you guys from fucking not losing your glasses, then do it. Whoa, somebody in the military thinking with fucking their head? All right, cool, dude. I got my little Harry Potter mug. I got this here from Disney World this past summer before the coronavirus hit us. Terrible pandemic, but we're trying to make the most of it here. So, all right. So I marked down that, yes, I cleaned my room. I'm going to, bro, I've even got this tucked into my gym shorts, bro. I'm literally wearing gym shorts. Straight up, dog. Man, I'm not even a dad yet, I think. And like, shoot, this is nice. So I didn't want to clean. I cleaned to hold myself accountable. I took some photos of a couple of the rooms I cleaned. I cleaned specifically this room right here. I cleaned my downstairs kitchen, and I cleaned. Oh, also, and I hung lights in my backyard. It was pretty great. So it was a good Sunday. Very happy. But that kind of, man, I really did not want to freaking do that. And this, I'm gonna clickbait the shit out of this thumbnail, by the way, 110%, because I want people to come on in. And when you get here, I want to challenge you guys to, while you listen to this podcast, only clean your house or wherever you're at, but don't think about it like that. Clean the exact room you're in. I'm not asking you to go anywhere else. I'm not asking you to clean the upstairs. I'm not asking you to clean the basement. I'm asking you to clean that 10-foot radius around you. 18 to 34-year-olds. And secondly, to put a little stake in the game as I do my social media management right here, this is actually with purpose because I'm going to try to inspire you to do something. My challenge to you is clean the immediate area you're in, take a photo of it, post it on Instagram, whether it's your stories or whatever. You can make it perishable. I don't care. If it goes away in 24 hours, I do not care. And tag ClaytonFilpo, at ClaytonFilpo, and just be like, boom. One room clean. Shoot, I don't care if you guys show me your whole day. I mean, don't show me your whole house. Just, yeah, keep OPSEC. 2 episodes back, we talked about operational security in your photos. Okay, review that, and then post with caution. All right, fantastic. So we have a challenge. Damn, bro, that's like some thick coffee. It's like Turkish coffee I had in New York one time. Oh, my God. We're at the bottom of the barrel there, Harry Potter. And like I said, I've been AFK. I've been out of this place for a while now. And over my YouTube career, I guess you'd say, it's just a hobby of mine that I like talking to you guys. Shoot, man, a lot of us have grown up together, which is pretty dope. I get so many comments now that I realize what's going on here. And I appreciate you guys for taking the time just to chill out with me and have fun. This is where the fun side of YouTube is. It gets pretty personal, and that's like a cool place to be. And even as this channel gets bigger, my buddy Jimmy made a really interesting observation. Hey, man, when you're watching a live streamer specifically, which that's why I'm not doing live streaming, the chat's going by, it's distracting you. I watched a video from like 3 years ago where I literally was like the canary in the coal mine talking about some deep-ass social media stuff, and you can barely hear me because I'm playing fucking, ironically, Spotify in the background. I just didn't have my volume correct. And I'm sitting here like, man, if that was just a regular podcast with nothing playing over it and me not having to respond to chat, it'd actually make the content better. So I think there's definitely a place for live streaming, but I also think there's a huge place specifically for recorded content, especially as you can drop that and make the load easier on yourself. So what I foresee happening, fellas and ladies, like the 20% of you, what up? What I foresee happening is Spotify is going to be the place where you can do, I know I'm on the Spotify kick, you can do anything you want, man. You can do live content, and that's probably going to be behind a subscription paywall because that's a benefit. I can hop on anytime and chat with you guys. That is valuable in itself. All right, so a few weeks ago, I went camping with my family into the woods to this little campground that, man, my family has loved this place forever. As the story goes, I believe I was conceived there, which is terrifying and horrifying to think about. And but I can see why, because it's a wonderful place. I love it very much, and I've been going there ever since I was nothing. So we went camping with no TV, no internet, no cell phone. And I believe that when I came out of that, like and when I was a kid, man, we used to go to this place. I mean, we went there for 2 weeks at a time in the summer, maybe every other month. So we were spending a hefty amount of our summers at this place, at this little campground that is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's got rivers and waterfalls and beaches, and it's tucked away in a nice little spot. And shoot, part of the charm of it is what we ended up hating in our middle school years, but part of the charm of it was, shoot, man, no internet, no cell phone reception, no TV. Oh my God, what does one do without that? And I'm not even like coming down like in a weird way. Like that's literally what it was. Like, bro, I'm not acting like when I was a kid, I could be bored. When I was a kid, I could play with a fucking stack and we said, "Thank you, sir. May we have another?" And I'm like, Jesus, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, fuck, man. It was good to have that boredom when I was super young, when I was just a little tiny person, right? But then I went through the same thing that many of you went through when you go to a place and we were bored as shit and we were in like middle school and we were like, oh my God. Day 3 in the wild. I am away from civilization. Dear mother and father, I am away from civilization. I miss it so. I miss my iPad. Mummy, I miss my iPad. That's how I felt. And so I said, yeah, I argue that I came out of the woods much calmer, happier, more fulfilled than when I went into the woods. And you have to understand that when I went into the woods, hey, man, we're in the middle of pandemic land right now, okay? And that just is what it is. We were in the heat of a pandemic. I'm talking like, bro, the sky is currently falling. Like, we're fucked. Like, we're watching Chinese dudes do face plants into the asphalt and freaking videos on YouTube. You're like, Jesus, that's coming? Alright, so we go camping. That's a perspective for you. How you guys doing cleaning? You picking something up? Take a sock. Every time you leave a room, so if you go from your room to another room, even if you got this, like, something you can squeeze in your pinky, or like, if you can, like, pick up a bottle and then put it under your neck and one under your arm and then one under your pinky and just walk out, and then when you open the door, just put it right here and turn the knob and then take that shit over to the kitchen and just put it there, dude. Oh, your mom's gonna be so happy you did that. Holy shit. Alright, try that out. See how that pans out. Don't even say anything to him. Just do it and just walk away. They're gonna be like, what happened? Timmy, are you okay? Timmy, I think he's playing with sticks. Alright, so yeah, my favorite little camp spot. Wonderful place in my childhood. But here's a beautiful thing. This is where the podcast gets good, baby. Alright, I'm just gonna read straight off of this thing because I can't do it any better. My favorite little camping spot that I got to enjoy during my childhood was constructed into this beautiful place where anyone could go and enjoy the water, enjoy fishing, enjoy swimming, enjoy sitting around a fire with your family, just bullshitting, making some s'mores, dog. Freaking running around catching crayfish. If you got your crayfish right there, you put the net right behind them, put your hand right in front of them, they go right into your net, dude. Oh, bruh. That's better than any freaking Farmville game, I'm telling you what. And this is all made possible. All these beautiful waterfalls I'm talking to you about. This beautiful beach that gets groomed every single morning. Oh my God, dude. It's beautiful. Every day you wake up to paradise, a beautiful lake, canoe right out there, catch a fish. Ooh, I got one. I'm gonna go into shore. Mom and Dad are waking up. Don't worry, fear not. I got breakfast. Fish. Carp, Mom and Dad. Here's carp for breakfast, man. Aren't you proud of me? Oh my God, thank you. If your parents don't eat carp for breakfast when you catch a fish and you're like 7, bro, I feel bad. There's people out there like that, man. I'll eat carp. If my son brings me back a carp, and you're goddamn right, if my son brings me back a carp, bro, that fish head is going on like a steak at the front of the freaking circle. Everybody's gonna know who caught it. My son. Okay. So all this is thanks to a program that Franklin Roosevelt signed into law. Let's find here. To help get young men back to work in the country during the Great Depression. Now that's beautiful. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt made all these things possible. He made these things that I enjoyed every single summer, man. My mom was a teacher, so we had my mom and me, and that was her favorite place to go because she enjoyed it while she was growing up. So there's 2-3 generations of my family enjoying this wonderful, beautiful state park, tucked away. Nice little secret, by the way. And I'm not saying where it's at, okay? But it's all thanks to the hard work of a couple of young men that were really on down times. And goddamn, hey, a government program got made, one that actually did something, one that actually I benefited from very deeply. And if you enjoy a state park near you, you probably enjoy that a lot too. I hope you get to. And if you haven't, stick around, guys. It's one of the best places to be. So after we're done with this podcast, maybe check out the outdoors because it's freaking dope too. All right, go outside. The graphics are great. So where I'm from, it's very backwoods, and there's a large amount of folks who don't earn enough income to go on vacation, even under normal circumstances. There's a lot of people where I'm from in Pennsylvania, man. It's very rural. It's very backwoods. It's very Farmville. It's very Farmville. And what I'm trying to say is people don't have all the money in the world. Some people can't even afford to go to New Jersey to the beach for the freaking... under normal circumstances, you know? So now we're in COVID land, and already this place that people were already relying on solely for their vacation, for any amount of away time from the damn television screen, one in every room, flashing in front of your eyes, this horror show. And I can't tell you what my favorite episode of the news is, but I can tell you some of my favorite days of beep. I just said the goddamn name. That's okay. I might bleep it out. See, that's the beauty of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know. Keep cleaning. All right, so That's the context. Right now, dude, under normal circumstances, people relied on this beautiful place, this beautiful park that the government helped out with, as they did, I guess, across the entire state and I think nation at the time because it was a federal program. Dude, amazing. A beautiful thing, man. I think if there's ever a time that we ever needed such a program, now might be that time, because we're in the middle of a pandemic and people can't work and people need a place to go. People need a place to relax. People need a place to swim with their family and sit around a campfire and not watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, or whatever horror show is getting piped into their living room every single night. Back to the script. Keep cleaning, okay? The Civilian Conservation Corps was a voluntary public work relief program that operated from 1933 to 1942 in the United States for unemployed, unmarried men ages 18 to 25. It was eventually expanded to ages 17 to 28. Whoa, 17 to 28. That sounds like somebody's demographic. Okay. I think that America, this is back to my script now. I think that America could use a program like this right now more than ever. Because young men and women, keep in mind this is like a bajillion 80 years ago. So men and women should be able to participate in a program like that. But especially, this is the only time, we don't discriminate here. However, young men, who I know I'm speaking to mostly, just by the analytics, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I think that if you're having a hard time right now, dude, I'll tell you what, I went outside and I hung my lights up and it took me forever, and it was one of those like things where it sounds like I hung my lights up. No, dude, it took me hours, but the payoff was great. And that, it just reminds me of like, okay, let's throw it back to the Marine Corps real quick. And I'm in like camp guard at Camp Johnson at the time. It's funny. And dude, we had this is just like one of a million stupid jobs I had to do, but this one actually sucked because it was like super painful. And we were at the supply depot with this stupid motherfucker who, I don't think I go into that. I won't project here. This fat Marine who was in charge of us at the time. And he had us, they have like these pallets and they have a ton of ammo up there. And when you're over there, they have infantry training battalion. They've got, freaking Marine combat training over there. So you gotta get ammo ready for these guys. They're shooting every single day. So we're over there. This dude is so far behind in his freaking work duties. He got a bunch of freaking camp guard guys. Literally, this is like criminal, dog. And we're over there. This is the military for you. This is great, man. That's how you felt. That's how I felt at the time. I'm like, bro, this is criminal. I'm already on camp guard for 2 months straight. And by the way, if you haven't seen camp guard's military playlist in my YouTube thing, but camp guard lasted 2 months for me through Christmas, through New Year's, cold, miserable, and oh my God, I was so fucking pissed when I got selected for camp guard because that held me back from training and I had to do all these stupid jobs. But in retrospect, hey, baby, camp guard for life. If you're watching right now in your camp guard, CG4L. That's what we wrote all over the bathroom stalls. So what I'm trying to say is, we're over there. We got all these pallets. We got all this wooden pallets and ammo up on top. And I was one of the bigger guys. And so I had to like puff my chest out and we used this crowbar and it was like you had to push it down like that on your chest to snap the cords to open the ammo boxes up so everybody could get into them. Bro, there had to have been 40 fucking pallets there, dude. I'm not even exaggerating right now. 40. Like it was that bad. This dude was so in over his head. It was just him. He's kicking back while he's got all these camp guard, these young freaking 18-year-olds hating their lives in the middle of December. Bro, but you know what? Hey, it teaches you a valuable skill. Dealing with people's bullshit. Dealing with bullshit in general. What a valuable trait to learn, especially in this day and age when people are full of shit now more than ever. Hey, it's a great skill to learn. And the only way to learn it is by feeling this fucking rage of, wow, I do not want to do this again. So if you do end up joining something similar to the Civilian Conservation Corps and you end up hating it, that's almost the point. Okay? I knew immediately at 18 years old what I did not want to do. And I have all these welts all over my chest at the time from doing this crowbar And fuck, man. And oh, it was so painful. But I still remember it. I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to do this I'm not doing this crap again. Whatever job I'm doing after this, it ain't that. And that's good motivation, son. So guess what? If you're just not finding that out, stay tuned to this podcast. It's going to be good. Another beautiful thing about podcasts, I can get some more water. All right. So there you go. You see the point I'm trying to make here. So, there's a reason why a young Marine during the Vietnam War noticed that the logistics of military cargo were antiquated and slow. He got out, created a company, and put his brain to work figuring out how to make shipping easier. That Marine is Fred Smith, founder, chairman, and CEO of FedEx. And here's a little blurb from Wikipedia that I wanted to read to you guys. Okay. As a Marine, Smith had the opportunity to observe the military's logistics systems firsthand. He served 2 tours during Vietnam, flying with pilots on over 200 combat missions. He was honorably discharged in 1969 with the rank of captain, having received the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and 2 Purple Hearts. Okay, this is the owner, founder, CEO, chairman of FedEx, okay? I hope you guys are doing okay on your cleaning, because this one's pretty badass, okay? So this is going to get you motivated. Woo! This is going to get you motivated while you clean, okay? This is our boy Fred Smith, and he's still alive, too, according to his Wikipedia here. So, hot damn, Fred. Thank you, sir. This is dope. Oh, my God, I can't say that. Can I say that? It's respectful, right? Yeah, I'm going to say that. Thank you for your service, and this is dope. Here we go. This is Fred's Silver Star citation. It reads, and I've paraphrased a little bit to shorten it up. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. If you're cleaning, you're about to clean 2 times harder, okay? Here we go. On the morning of 27 May 1968, while conducting a search and destroy operation, Company K became heavily engaged with a North Vietnamese Army battalion occupying well-entrenched emplacements on Goi Noi Island in Quang Nam Province. As Lieutenant Smith led his men in an aggressive assault upon the enemy positions, the North Vietnamese force launched a determined counterattack, supported by mortars on the Marines' left flank. Unhesitatingly, rushing through the intense hostile fire to the position of heaviest contact, Lieutenant Smith fearlessly removed several casualties from the hazardous area and, shouting words of encouragement to his men, directed their fire upon the advancing enemy soldiers, successfully repulsing the hostile attack. Moving boldly across the fire-swept terrain to an elevated area, he calmly disregarded repeated North Vietnamese attempts to direct upon him, as he skillfully adjusted artillery fire and airstrikes upon the hostile positions to within 50 meters of his own location, and continued to direct the movement of his unit. Accurately assessing the confusion that supporting arms was causing among the enemy soldiers, he raced across the fire-swept terrain to the right flank of his company and led an enveloping attack on the hostile unit's weakest point, routing the North Vietnamese unit and inflicting numerous casualties. His aggressive tactics and calm presence of men under fire. Dude, whoever writes these, bro, I'm not saying they might not have been the most, like, you have to imagine, this is Vietnam, and they're probably writing some of these, I don't know. But goddamn, it might be Wikipedia. Accurately assessing the confusion that supporting arms was causing among the enemy soldiers, he raced across the fire-swept terrain to the right flank of his company and led an enveloping attack on the hostile unit's weakest point, routing the North Vietnamese unit and inflicting numerous casualties. His aggressive tactics and calm presence of mind under fire inspired all who observed him and were instrumental in his unit's accounting for the capture of 2 hostile soldiers, as well as numerous documents and valuable items of equipment. By his courage, aggressive leadership, and unfaltering devotion to duty at great personal risk, Lieutenant Smith upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. I bet even Lieutenant Fred, now Mr. Fred Smith, had someone to look up to at some point. Even him. Even Lieutenant Smith had somebody to look up to. I bet you money. And that's what this podcast is about, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you at one point or another, Fred had to clean his damn room. I know there's like that one Navy SEAL video or whatever. He's like, it's actually really good. I remember watching it a long time ago. It was like, clean, you need to, or no, it was, you need to make your bed. Or like Jocko Willick, you need to make your bed. I don't think you understand right now. You need to make your bed. When you wake up in the morning, you need to make your goddamn bed. That's not really what I'm saying. I'm just kind of saying, like, clean up the 10-foot radius around you, and then maybe go the extra mile and like take a cup to the sink. Anyway, I bet even Fred Smith had someone to look up to. And now that we're in the pandemic right now, I want you guys to put your thinking hats on while you're cleaning, while you're scrubbing, while you got the... Oh, Clorox. Crap. I forgot to tell you guys. Shit. I made a note and I forgot to tell you. Bleach. Bro, be careful. Even I knew this would happen. Yep, there it is. You probably can't see it, but it's definitely there. It's so microscopic, but it will make... There he is. Yeah, you can see him. If you're cleaning with bleach, make sure you guys are wearing junk... Shit, I should have clipped this in there earlier. Hey, this is how we learn, right? Hey, well, if you haven't made the mistake yet, do not clean with bleach on good clothes. Make sure you wear junk clothes. Junk clothes. Junk shirt, junk shorts, whatever you're wearing. Because if you even get a drop of bleach on there, oh, man, especially if it's like right here. This one I can kind of live with. Whatever. You can't really see it. It's always going to be there, laughing at me. Bro. So there's another door that you don't have to go through. That's one you don't have to waste your time on, hopefully. And if you already had it happen to you, I am sorry I didn't get to you sooner. Son of a... damn it. I really should clip something in there, but now I don't think I will. Because I just think some of you are not... You need to learn. We're going to learn today. Your parents are going to be pissed at me. Not a free lunch. They're cleaning the house, but they're going to learn. Okay. Next point I'm trying to make. More people are playing video games. More kids are playing video games now more than ever, especially when we're in the coronavirus. If you look at any company's earnings calls, Take-Two Interactive, Activision, bro, they're killing it right now. All-time high. Makes sense. Everybody's packed inside. DLC content, skins, maps, seasons, all that good stuff. And with physical sports, kids have coaches. But now that we're all stuck inside and kids do not have any good coaches and mentors, they're all just looking up to like whatever streamer. Like, oh God, that is actually terrifying. Like I said last episode, bro, some people look up to Jake Paul and Logan Paul. And then I got like a couple hundred, well, I got 7.4 million people who have at least seen something I had to say. So maybe I have 1/1000th of that actually are sitting there thinking, all right, I'm going to take some advice. I'm actually going to clean my room while this dumbass talks. Okay. Cool. And kids, when you guys are at school or whatever, and those of you who are still in school or whatever, if you played football, you had a coach. If you went to bowling, you had a coach. If you were in ski club, bro, you had a coach. You had somebody teach you. But there's so many kids packed inside on the internet with their parents ignoring them, and they have nobody to guide them. They have nobody to say, hey, like, I just want to like, it's so easy for a kid to log on right now and get pissed at the world. Bro, I'm 26. I play Call of Duty Battle Royale. It's lit. However, I do not get mad at the game almost ever. Like, I haven't raged at that game. And little kids, I'm sure, bro. I was a little kid at one time. I was 11 years old playing Call of Duty Medal of Honor that Christmas, bro. Fuck, dude, it was so lit. But I definitely broke my controller at one point. I was probably like, you know what I mean? Because like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like frustrated little kid trying to learn a system that's made for adults at the time. Actually, kind of difficult game, but could have just been bad mechanics, or it could have been that I was 11 years old. Regardless of all that, my point is physical sports and kids in general had somebody to look up to, a mentor, a coach. It doesn't matter what sport it was. They had at least somebody that wasn't their parents to, boom, look up to and get guidance from and bounce ideas off of, tell them when they're right, tell them when they're wrong. Okay. Now we're all packed inside. It's illegal to gather outside because the world's in disarray and we have a pandemic and everything is crazy. Up is down, down is up. And yeah. So all these kids are packed inside and they're playing games now more than ever. More than ever. And Sony PlayStation 5's on the horizon. I'm excited for it. But the future's PC. But I think they're all going to be playing together anyway on the same servers. Dude, there was a time not too long ago, literally months ago, when games, like, you couldn't even play with your best friend who had an Xbox and they have a PlayStation. You guys don't understand. Or maybe you do. Or maybe some people... Bro, think about this. I don't know how old you guys... I do know how old you guys are. 18 to 34 with a couple outliers. There's people that are not going to understand that if someone had a PlayStation and an Xbox and a PC, there was a time when they couldn't play together. Think about that. There's a whole generation of kids coming up who are just going to take it for granted that you can hop on and game with all your buddies on whatever system you want, all playing the same game. And naturally, the technologies, it's just going to go to whatever becomes the easiest, lowest cost of entry, highest quality for the bang for the buck, and can play with everybody. PC, essentially, I'm foreseeing Sony and Xbox having to literally just mimic what a PC is. Because if you don't, you're going to get left in the dust. The PC is lit. Now, prior to this, man, I'm going to get down a rabbit hole. Okay, goddamn, back to Fred Smith. Okay, we did Fred Smith. Physical sports, mentors, great. So if you think about it, Call of Duty Battle Royale. Okay, now we're back on track. God damn. That has what, like 140 people drop into the map, something like that. And I'd say it'd be pretty unreasonable for you to think, especially if you're a young kid, that every time you drop in, you're going to win the game. But there are definitely kids out there who drop into the map, and every time they think that they're going to win the game. And when they don't... Bro, they scream, they cry, they get angry. But it's not their fault. They just don't know any better. And they don't understand that their metric for success has to be different. Okay? So, for example, what I do whenever I drop in Call of Duty Battle Royale and there's 140 other people, and right now, half of them are hackers anyway. Keep that in mind, so it's already rigged against you, kids, youngins. And even adults who are not emotionally intelligent yet. But we're learning. Here we are. You have to make your metric... God, I popped the mic. You have to make your metric of success different. Okay? You have to make your metric of success different. So, when I would drop in with my teammates... Also, you have to know, who am I playing with right now? Okay? Is my skill... Are the skill level of my teammates, like, really high? What should my expectations be? And if you can't control them, if you can't help your teammates and they just like are really sucking, work on yourself. Be like, my goal, something measurable, is to get 3 drop shots at close range in quarry. 3 drop shots, close range. You're practicing the motion. It'll click in your head. You want that repetition so that next time you do it without even thinking, you drop shot, right? And a drop shot, for anybody who doesn't know, is when you're standing straight up and down, somebody shoots at you, and you lay down, you like spam your button or whatever keybind you have to immediately lay down. It's called a drop shot. Hey, that's a good thing to know, and a good thing to practice, and a good thing to hone your skill on and improve on. But if you drop in and you're not thinking about honing your drop shot, instead you're just solely focused on the end state, winning the game, you don't get Battle Royale, my friend. In fact, that's interesting. I should probably interview one of my friends, Bartonologist. He's a fantastic pro streamer. I've watched a kid grind. Him and I met in H1Z1 back in the day. We were rolling down hills, just laughing our asses off in that Battle Royale. And what's beautiful about that is Bart and Ehud and Chewy and all these freaking guys, Aaron, all these guys, bro, they didn't give a shit if we won the game. We were having so much fun. We were rolling down the hills in H1Z1, a video game that really sucked ass, but it was beautiful. It was a great game. A lot of you guys remember those live streams back in the day. And I befriended them, and they were awesome to me, man. They helped me through my divorce. They were wonderful people, and we played like every other night. And then one day, bro, we're playing in Discord, and wouldn't you know it, Optic Gaming, bro, the original Optic Gaming crew was coming in and out of the Discord and just talking to us. I'm like, bro, what the? I was with them. They're my buddies. I don't know anything about them, right? And I'm like, bro, what is going on right now? What's happening? Why is Optic Diesel sitting in here, bro? What is happening right now? I was like, it was like that kind of shit. I was just like a bystander. I didn't say shit. I was just in awe, dude. And I'm like 21 at this point, or 22. I can't remember, man. I was going through my divorce, so I think I was 21. A 26-year-old who's gone through a divorce once. Hey, what up, boy? That's that military life. Be careful. Watch our military playlist. So Jesus Christ. So yeah, I entered this game and it was so beautiful because if his metric of success was just winning the game, Bart and Ehud and all those guys, I would never have been friends with them. And then I never would have had the dope experiences we had. And then I never would have met all these guys like coming in and out of this Discord Optic Gaming. And then I became a fan of Optic in a lot of ways and cheered that franchise on when it still was just Optic Gaming. It was really cool, man. And that's somebody I should interview right there because I watch him play, and as I analyze his gameplay, he takes every single instance that comes at him and he solely is focusing on what's right in front of him with the awareness of everything else. So like every guy's coming through this door, and you guys know what I'm talking about. If you watch Call of Duty, you gotta track a lot, right? So I'm approaching this door, I heard something in the background, I heard somebody walking up top, I got a door open over there, I gotta heard somebody click a stun right behind me, I got 30 bullets left. If I shoot right now, I'm shooting right now, I got 15 bullets left, I'm taking account of that. A lot of things are going through your head. And if you're only focusing on 40 minutes from now winning that game, and you're not focused on the shit that's happening right in front of you, that's why I love dropping into a section of the map called Quarry in this game, because it's not overly hectic where I'm gonna die immediately. All right, my expectations set, but it is multi-level. I'm just a good close quarters player, and I can finesse that well, and so I know my strengths and my weaknesses, and that's why I picked that part of the map. So for you young blood gamers out there, you gotta make sure that, and that's why they do all these achievements, to set your expectation and to work towards something achievable. But I don't even buy the battle pass and all that crap, because I'm solely against spending any money on video games personally. And here's the trick, guys, right? This is what happened a couple months ago. I talk about advertiser models, and I talk about revenue models and monetization. I think it was EA, where they were doing some shady shit with their like Star Wars and all that other stuff where it was pay to play. Games should not be pay to play. It should be you purchase the game, you can play the entirety of the game, but if you want to like have add-ons like a skin or something that doesn't affect the actual mechanics of the game, you shouldn't have to, like, that stuff you can buy, but you should be able to just buy it for $60 and play it right through and be able to play it for 10 more years, because that was the beauty of games back in the day. Like if you took Mario, right? Mario mechanics, if you were to just change it like 15 years down the road and then be like, hey, if you buy this DLC, you get something crazy new, but you have to buy it to achieve something, like people would be pissed. So I don't know why they tried. If you remember back, I'm telling you, EA tried to get it to where kids had to pay money, like either play for 1,000 hours to earn the shit that you have to get just to achieve the game, like to win the game, or pay $5. And it's like, yeah, that's fucked up. And that's happening in 2019 or 2018, 19, 2020. Yeah. It's pretty crazy stuff. And but shout out to gamers, man. Gamers are some of the most woke motherfuckers out there. I'm telling you what. Man, I'm getting so off the rails here. But I love it. I think this is all good stuff. So I'm sorry if you know what, and how you guys doing? Cleaning's good? Alright, good. Good God. So Battle Royale. There's a lot going on there. 140 people dropping in. You can't expect to win every time. You gotta set your metric of success. So after you set your expectation and you have your measurable little goal that you alone can work on for yourself, all right? Got it. You have to make sure that you're also a good teammate. You have to prioritize being a good teammate. And you have to be nice to your team. And you have to make sure that when you open your mouth, make sure it's helping the team accomplish the objective. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're opening your mouth, you're calling out, bro, guy up top, guy on the, hey, we need claim over here, this, that, this, ooh, okay, wait, I'm reloading, moving this way. You're sending out calls, you're sending out information very freaking quickly, okay? What you're not doing is, man, fuck this game, dude. Oh, bro, did you not? Really? You didn't drop shot? Dude, really? You can't drop shot? Oh my God, dude, I hate this team. This team sucks. My team sucks. My team sucks. Don't do that, because that's not a good teammate to play with. Okay, that's a pretty simple lesson. Be nice to your teammates. Don't complain when you don't get your way. And on that note, a friend of mine who runs a company called the Game Gym, that's GAMEGYM, The Game Gym in Virginia, DC, and Maryland. And he's a friend of mine. I've gotten to like volunteer and just talk with him and chat with him over the years. And he's such a good dude. Like their sole objective before coronavirus hit was to help kids with video games. And I saw a huge potential there. It's like, yo, kids need education now more than ever. They need mentors. I mean, even if the freaking bowling kids can have a coach, I don't see why the kids playing video games 24/7 now, 10 times more than ever with coronavirus, all packed inside 6 months at a time. I think they need some mentors. And I don't think it should just be who's on Twitch. I mean, even parents, they kind of need a place to find good mentors. It'd be awesome if there was a place where you could just pay for what you want and skip the advertisers and get the content that you love with the expectation that you're searching for. And they could be good role models for your kid. If only there was a place like Spotify or Apple. We'll see. We'll see. It's 2020. Okay. I don't know how long we've gone for. I really don't know how long we've gone for. We're just going to keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep pushing on. I was going to make this 2 episodes. We'll make it 1. We'll do it live. I don't want to yell. Have you guys seen the O'Reilly Factor? Go to YouTube and type in O'Reilly Factor. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Sorry for the language, but it is one of the funniest. You're all 18 and 34, so it's one of the if you haven't seen it, it is one of the funniest clips from TV. I guess somebody either leaked it or maybe it was done. I don't know. I really don't know the backstory. If you guys could fill me in, he's like, "Fuck it, we'll do it live." It's just like, holy shit, Bill O'Reilly, calm down. He's really pissed off. I understand though. I'm sure studios could be really like teleprompter. What's crazy, guys? This is so crazy. My friend, he had a really good point. He messaged me. He said I love the podcast. Like literally, he went from not liking podcasts to like appreciating podcasts all of a sudden. And I'm so happy. If you're listening, buddy, bro. Now you see what I'm talking about. You can just talk directly to an audience. You know who you're talking to. I have analytics. I'm more powerful than the TV. I don't know how people don't see that yet. And it's going to be great moving forward. Back when they had TV, it was just, hey, we have this many TV sets turned on. Potential reach. Oh, baby. It ain't potential reach anymore. We have measurable analytics, and we can measure for a fact. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Where was I going with that? Oh. So, the point that he was making, though, was when I do it like this, he's like, when you cough, which, by the way, I'm sorry I cough so much. See? And somebody left a comment on my last video, and I was like, yeah, that's what smoking cigarettes and dipping tobacco will do, especially for years. And I need to quit, because obviously. But that being said, I've always had this like horrifically raspy voice ever since the Marine Corps, and it is what it is, you know? But that wasn't what he was saying. That's just me. That was somebody else's comment. And then my actual real life friend. So one of you guys commented, I was like, appreciate the criticism. Then my other buddy commented, he's like, when I do this, ready, like if I lean, I think my auto focus, I'm trying to make it work. All right, focus on my toe. Bro, did it do it? If I lean in. Oh, there it goes. Y'all see that? It's actually still doing it pretty good. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, the autofocus goes on and off a lot. And really, I don't give too many. So I don't have like a big fancy camera, DSLR, nothing plugged in right here. It's literally a $25 webcam, straight up. $25 webcam. I don't know, probably $200 to, I mean, I didn't go out in the woods and fucking cut this, dog. I went to Home Depot and found some really hippie little indie section, and I was like, ooh, I like that. All right, so I got it. I got a nice background. And then I bought this somewhere, and I really fucking liked it. I really like this flag until one of you guys told me there's not a brown bar across it. Crap. So now I gotta go dye the... by the way, I didn't mean to hit the flag. I love the flag. But now I gotta dye this one the same color as that one. Shit. See what I'm saying? I need to dye that. I'm very lazy right now, so it's like 11:30 at night. But anyway, the barrier for entry is lowered. It cost me minimal money, and honestly, what's really beautiful about this entire thing, this is so beautiful, dude. I've got a green screen over there. You guys help me get that. You guys help me get this. You guys help me get this. You guys help me get this. AT 2020. Also in the video description, I've got all my equipment listed there. You guys help me buy every single thing I have. Thank you so much. Over the course of those 7,390,819 views from 18 to 34-year-olds, some folks were impacted enough to help me out. And that was really just cool. Very cool of you. But even still, you don't need all this. You need a $25 webcam. You need your iPhone or whatever microphone you have, whatever audio device you have and video device you have that can sync together. I don't really, and again, I can't help the autofocus on this. See what I'm saying? It will just go in and out. But I mean, eventually I'll switch over to something like higher end maybe. But simple is better, boys. Simple is better. It's just make it as easy as you can get it. Right? Because most of the time you've got me in your pocket, but it is nice to have something going on the screen. It's something stimulating. Honestly, I should probably just take these off because holy fuck, it's way better without them. Brain strap, tape, and literally I cut wire from my shed. I'm trying to get the focus now. Of course it doesn't do it when I want it to. There we go. And these are $5 shades off Amazon, probably from China, who we should rely less on. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. We're going for the long haul. So the best compliment... Oh, yeah, don't forget. By this time, for the first half of you that are now tapping out, starting to tap out on the cleaning... Bro, I appreciate you guys. Holy crap. I hope you feel something right now. I hope you feel good. But secondly, those of you that want to keep on going, hey, let's keep on moving. Let's keep doing something at least productive. Okay, here we go. I have written down in my notes, the best compliment I've ever heard someone say to another person. This isn't to me. This isn't anything like that. It's just a really nice compliment. I remember hearing this compliment, and it was about somebody I do not even know. They were just referencing somebody they know. And he said, so-and-so, this person, so-and-so, oozes decency. I was like, yeah, that's dope. First off, ooze, awesome word. Secondly, how nice would that be for somebody to be like, oh man, that dude is so helpful. He oozes decency. He's just a nice dude. I don't know. I think that's just really dope. So I wanted to, I don't know. I wanted to mention that because I think it'd be dope for other people to say, hey, that guy oozes decency. I think that's a good goal to look at to inspire somebody else to one day say, that guy oozes decency. That's like, wow, that's a powerful compliment. Okay. And that led me on, so we talked about all these video games. We talked about Fred Smith and him having to probably make his freaking bed or clean his 10-foot radius at some point in time, doing something he didn't want to do. And a series of events kicked off maybe from the time he did that. And that led him to the jungles of Vietnam, where he, you know, was awarded all this shit for amazing gallantry and bravery. Like, holy crap. Or not shit, awards, obviously. Dialect, linguistics. And you know, he's a byproduct of his mentors and his environment. And the beauty of the internet and podcasting is you don't have to physically be near a person to get valuable insight. So if I wanted to be the next FedEx, if I wanted to be the next Fred Smith, if this was the 1990s, I had to be lucky enough to know Fred Smith or know his mentors and get that knowledge and soak it up. But it's 2020. And shit's changing. And deep listening's on the horizon. And instead of filling your ears with bullshit, Yo, if Fred Smith makes a podcast, I know who I'm listening to. Because this homie was in the Marine Corps. He saw they were doing it fucked up. How many people have ever complained about something in the Marine Corps? How many people have done something to fix it? Well, Fred Smith was like kind of smart, and he was like, deuces, I'm out. And he went and he did something in the civilian side, and he revolutionized the whole damn thing. And it actually made everything better because that made competition in the civilian sector, which made everyone better. Logistics are better than ever. Amazon's killing it. Next day delivery, free shipping, Amazon Prime. Oh my God. And we should probably be thanking Fred for his disruptive thinking. You know what I'm saying? I hope Fred still has that head on his shoulders like that, because if he does, FedEx sounds like a dope company. Okay. So yeah, now you can plug your earbuds in and get that same education from the comfort of your living room or your bathroom or your washroom or wherever you're cleaning right now. There you go. Or if you're in a public park or you're walking around, I don't know what you're doing, but dope. Thank you for listening, and you don't even have to live down the street from me to learn from me. So there you go. That also reveals the value of distance learning. Companies like Boxlight, trades under Boxel, B-O-X-L. This is not investment advice, you dummies. This is just me talking out loud because I like looking at companies. And Rosetta Stone, RST. Now, all you guys know Rosetta Stone as this, the language, bro. I remember the Rosetta Stone commercial in the early 2000s. They had a lot of yellow going because they had the books that were yellow, I think, and it was like, no habla inglés, and it was like, learn how to speak French. I mean German. I mean Spanish. Learn how to speak German. Learn how to speak Chinese. That's what they should have marketed. Learn how to speak Mandarin. If we continue down this path of brain-dead dummies watching Jake Paul learn how to speak Mandarin in no time at all. Or value distance learning, where kids can learn from people who have been there before. They can hear them from across the country. Someone that grew up in California can now listen in on a conversation happening all the way in Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. You can learn from the greats, and fear not. You don't have to spend money on that college tuition. It's all free up until now. You're going to have to start paying subscription services. It's 2020, and I'm the canary in the coal mine. I watched a video from 2 years ago. Bro, I was like in tune with what was going on, man. I was like, I feel like I'm the canary in the coal mine with social media right now. And I was just sitting back watching this time bomb, and I'm like, I've always been, if you guys go back through ever, I need to like go back through my videos and freaking re-upload or something, because especially the live streams, bro. I will one day, when we go over to Spotify, mark my words, I will switch us over and I will bring all this content with me. I've downloaded it already. I will bring all this content over to Spotify, and I will separate it and categorize it, and because I think that's the future. I've got so much 420,000 hours watched on this channel. I think it's more valuable than that. I really do. A book I'd recommend is The Culture Code. Right here. My friend Jeff recommended it to me, and it's a wonderful book. And I was actually going to read you guys. I was like, I need to describe this book to these people. It's such a great book that I need to describe it to them. So I was looking inside the cover, outside the cover, and I couldn't find a succinct thing that said what the fucking book was about. How shitty is that? I'm like, oh, I pick up this book, The Culture Code. Well, I kind of want to know what it's about. It's got testimonials in the back, but I don't just see a succinct thing that tells me what the fuck it's about. That was just crazy to me. So I recommend this book, though, even though I'm talking shit on it. I'd read the description, but it doesn't explain the point I'm trying to make, so I'll read you the 3 main topics it covers. Those 3 topics are build safety, share vulnerability, and establish purpose. There's 3 sections. They're not even really chapters. It's like sections. Build safety, share vulnerability, and establish purpose. Okay. Wall Street Bets is a Reddit subreddit. Sounds redundant. It's a subreddit that, you can go into, and these subreddits are small little communities on a website called Reddit, and it's where like-minded people gather to do X, Y, or Z. So you can pretty much find anything you want on Reddit, especially if you like pictures of horses. There's probably a million subreddits about pictures with horses with very passionate people, I'm sure. Wall Street Bets is where people literally trade mostly options, and they do. Some people are known for risking a whole bunch of money, and it pays off for them. Some folks, and that's like the lore of it, the myth. If you're a novice or you have no idea, you're like, what's Wall Street Bets? Or you barely heard about it. It sounds like a bunch of crazy people, and I'm here to tell you it's a bunch of crazy people. And but I've grown to really love the subreddit over the past year or so, and I've currently am banned from it, which is hysterical, but I still love the folks in there, just like the Marine Corps. I love the Marine Corps, or I don't necessarily like love the Marine Corps, but I love my Marines, right? So like that's because the organization is only as good as the people inside of it, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Because it's so popular, the Hive seems to be less accurate than years past, but the quality of users has increased, just if you consider the high volume. So what I'm trying to say here is, when I first joined the subreddit, it seemed like, and I was a lurker for a long time, it just seemed like people were way more accurate with their assessments. There's things called DD, where people do technical analysis of different companies. I just love that. I find it so interesting, and I enjoyed it so much. And the whole craziness with the pandemic actually forced me to understand the economy better, and that made me take the jump. Bro, I had the app Robinhood downloaded on my phone for like 5 years or whatever it is, and I never touched it. And then a couple, whatever it is, like a year or so more ago, I was like, all right, my buddy Jeff mentioned something. He was like, hey, stock market. I started paying attention to my retirement accounts. And then all of a sudden, like, dude, I learned about my retirement accounts, which I'm going to have to follow up with you guys. Oh, my God. I literally got myself squared away for life. Like, just by paying minimal attention and doing the bare minimum research, I was able to save myself a world of heartache, especially in my, like, regular retirement account, where it's like, if I'm in this fund, from the time I went to boot camp, I set my fund in G for the TSP users out there. If you're a military guy, if you're going to be a military person, do not put your money into the G fund off the rip. This is not financial advice, but in normal times, don't do that, because it's like a 0.2% return, something crazy. It's like shit return on your money for the entire year. You put money into it, and it only returns like a fraction of what you could be getting if they told you, if somebody, I don't know, instilled this knowledge before you went to boot camp, that you should probably put your money into like 50-50 CNS, or maybe just in the C, or L2050. If you're about to join the Marine Corps or the Army, L2050 or something like that, where it's a little safer, but it's got, like, I was blessed where I just randomly was like L2030 or whatever it is, or 20, whatever the hell, probably 2050, 2060, 2070. This will be a podcast that's relevant for a while, I'm sure. And, bro, it just changed my entire life. If you're a government worker, if you're a military guy, that kind of stuff, like, pay attention to your retirement accounts. You guys are like, don't know how good you have it, so. But anyway, once I was able to get myself squared away for retirement, I was like, holy shit, I guess I can start learning how this fucking stock market works. I just kept getting more and more curious. But if you go on YouTube and you type in Peter Lynch 1994 lecture, it's an hour long, or there's like a couple of shorter ones, like the best stock tips from hedge fund manager Peter Lynch. And he's like one of the most renowned hedge fund managers, where basically he's a super good investor and made all the right moves somehow, and he's just a brainiac. You can tell why. He's an absolute brainiac. He's one of those savants. It's just, he's a big brain boy, you know what I'm saying? He's got that big brain. So Peter Lynch is what I learned, and that's applicable to just stocks, right? And then options, I'm not even going to tell you guys about all this shit, but essentially I did the opposite of what Peter Lynch recommended between stocks to options. All right, there you go. There's some information. That's a tangent. Great. All right. So they're kind of like the Army, right? Wall Street Bets is kind of like the United States Army, in that they get so many people. There's so much volume happening. Excuse me. So much volume happening. just by sheer numbers, they're going to have a lot of talented folks in there. They're going to have a lot of, like, real good killers up in there. You know what I'm saying? In the best way. But they're also going to have a lot more dumbasses, right? Whereas in the Marine Corps, it's a much smaller branch. Like, Army's up here with this much volume, right? Here's the baseline. Army's like, we have this many people. And just by sheer volume, we're going to have a lot of talented folks in here. But the Marine Corps is like, I'm going to move over here. They're a small branch. Tiny, right? But they have a very high barrier for entry, okay? Much higher than the Army, just is what it is. Okay, great. That's going to be applicable here when we're talking about Wall Street bets, okay? And how we could probably fix it. One thing that the Marine Corps has is they've got consistency and rules throughout. They're very much so understood what the common operating procedure is. Cool. All right. But they enforce it equally throughout, and it's fair. Okay, got it. You have to have all these qualities. We're talking about a hive mind, and I'm saying that Wall Street bets is a hive mind. And again, it's popular like the Army is. They get high volume. There's still gonna be a lot of smart folks in there, but it's gonna be harder to find those folks. It's gonna be harder to find those quality folks that can really, take a step back and understand what's going on in whatever given field that they find interesting. Whether, there's a bunch of nerds out there. This is just a bunch of nerds getting together. What I love about it is it's like a bunch of college boys, like all of us, 18 to 34-year-olds, just kind of learning. And inherently, just by me spreading this message right now, I may be weakening Wall Street bets. But the beautiful part is I think there's room for everybody, and that's been a common theme I've found in the subreddit throughout. So, let's see. Wall Street bets is one of the rare places left on the normal side of the internet where people talk like it's the 90s. Wall Street bets' ability to talk freely, for their users to talk freely, and not take themselves too seriously, gives them the hive playground to share knowledge back and forth with facts and predictions. This is then weighed, so if you're a person that, hey, I think I'm onto something, like, I don't know, Spotify, if I think I'm onto something, you can toss it out into this playground. You take a lot of love and care behind what you're doing, and you make a lot of valid points, and then the playground, you toss it out there, and all of the other cool kids go, bro, that's a dope Yu-Gi-Oh card, or that's fucking whack, dude. Get out of here. But what you don't want is the teacher to come out of nowhere and immediately just smack your hand and drop your Yu-Gi-Oh card, right, without taking any consideration. And that's what happens in Wall Street bets all the time. At its core, the Wall Street bets community has shown that it has the ability to build safety, right? A culture code. Build safety, share vulnerability. I'm risking putting my knowledge out there to the masses when money's kind of on the line on that subreddit, which, by the way, nothing I ever say is financial advice. There you go. They share vulnerability. They put it out into the playground, right? Thanks to rough yet honest linguistics, rough yet honest discourse, truthful to whoever these folks are. And and what's funny is you have to understand what I'm saying. Like, it's not a playground for you to go in and just start dropping the hard R, like not the hard R, but like even the word retard. Just saying for context, that one. Actually, I don't even care. Like, yeah, it depends what the intent is behind the word you're saying. So it's like, yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make in the middle of this fucking crazy podcast. Anyway, I'm just sharing what I'm observing. So they have rough yet honest linguistics, and they share a common purpose in saying, if all these corporations can make money in our stock market, then there's room for all of us little guys to make money too. Okay, that's the general sentiment that I can see there, and I actually think it's very beautiful. Like, hey man, I was never going to learn about the stock market or the economy, and I'm 26. If it wasn't for these degenerate gamblers, I wouldn't know shit. And I guess what? The funny part is once you get on the inside, you realize that really doesn't make any sense anyway. But there's beautiful lessons to learn. And actually it does. I'm not bashing the stock market that much, really. I'm not a complainer about it. But that's because I'm a smart person. So, all right, they share a common purpose in saying, if all these corporations can make money, so can we. And the major problem is that unless you sit for months and months and you intimately track reputable users in a document like a Google Doc or something, if you don't do that, if you don't sit there and watch, and you have to like see a user like prove themselves like 1, 2, 3 times before you can really start trusting their advice, right? So novice investors are easily misled, and as Wall Street Bets gets more and more popular, there's more noobs out in that pond, and I'm sure there's nefarious actors, and I'm sure everything's that, like, as far as the moderation team goes. Obviously, I'm currently banned from Wall Street Bets, which is freaking funny, because I actually put out, like, I won't even get into it, but this is why I'm making this right here. So novice investors can be easily misled. Wall Street Bets is still beautiful, but its popularity and over-moderation is leading to reputable users to jump ship and break out into smaller groups. I'm not even necessarily blaming the moderators, because they've got like an impossible task, obviously. It's such a large subreddit now. I actually empathize with the mods, because with them, it's a crazy challenge, massive community, and in an effort of them doing good to police the forum, they inadvertently end up banning good members and stifling free discussion. And that's what ends up happening when there's not a solid expectation, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just not known. There's so much volume. There's no barrier for entry. I don't even think there should be a barrier for entry, because what's so beautiful is if there was a barrier for entry, I would have never found the subreddit. But there's got to be some sort of sweet spot, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just kind of identifying what's going on. But what I do want to point out after reading the culture code there is it's important for hive minds to have reputable and experienced members in the hive. I'm not sure what the number for a perfect hive might be. In the past, our tribes consisted of something like 150 people. That's somewhere in the ballpark. Now, I think technology allows us to expand that tribe to much larger numbers. The only caveat is those tribes have to have the traits and characteristics that we mentioned above. There are 1.4 million degenerates on the week of Monday, August 10th, 2020. 1.4 million people in Wall Street Bets, and at this point, I definitely know it's oversaturated. So I can't imagine if you guys are watching this video years later, it's probably like either gone and banned, most likely, because it's Reddit. Fucking Reddit. I hate Reddit. Reddit really is policed terribly across the site. That I will say, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting where I'm over here reading about hive minds, and I can identify that, hey, in person, we have like 150 known people in our circle, our friends, our family, our close accomplices, and I think that technology has allowed us to expand our tribe, but the only caveat is those tribes have to have the characteristics of building safety, sharing vulnerability, and establishing a purpose, which Wall Street Bets happens to have all of, for the most part, or it did before, where people felt safe enough to talk. They were trusted enough to share their vulnerabilities after working hard on a DD or whatever it might be. There was rough and quick discourse that was in the all chat that they have all day. People are brutally honest with each other, and that's actually valuable when you're talking about risking money. And it establishes purpose, and the purpose is everybody can earn money in our stock market. And I thought it was very interesting, very applicable. So yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to part with you on the idea that I'm going to use my college essays as podcasts. This may motivate me to actually do them. So there you go. I hope you guys were able to clean your room today. I don't know why I was like, ooh. I think I was like getting, wow. I probably did this the entire podcast at the end. I think I do this because just talking about Wall Street Bets, I'm like, man, that fucking subreddit gives me so much stress, fuckers. But I actually love it. I love the subreddit a lot, so we'll see what happens. Be careful, fellas. Be good to yourselves. When I talk about anything in the stock market or money, if you're not over 18, just ignore me. And if you are over 18, nothing I say is financial advice. There you go. I have to do that caveat because I don't want any of you dumbasses to lose money. But I love you guys very much. 18 to 34-year-olds who are cleaning your houses now, tag me up on Instagram and let me know that you cleaned your room. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and I'll repost it. I'll repost something, some kind of collage or something like that. We'll figure it out. But damn, son. Oh, my God. It's way after midnight, so it's time for bed. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for listening to us. This is a longer podcast. I will upload it tomorrow. Tag me up in those Instagram posts. I look forward to seeing them. and I'll post something. I'll do a repost. I'll do a collage of all the things. Okay? At ClaytonFilpo, I guess, is my Instagram. I can't wait to the day I never say anything ever again like that. I'm so sick and tired of telling people to hit that notification bell on YouTube because it's garbage. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you very much, and we'll see you next time.